What's up guys, it is I, once again, Yusuf Al-Sanad, and today guys I want to talk about and review Gareth Edwards 2016 science fiction slash action adventure spin-off of the Star Wars saga, Rogue One. And Star Wars is a series I grew up watching, and this movie takes place before the events of Star Wars A New Hope, before it was called Star Wars. And the main story is about a young woman named Jyn Erso, who is played by Felicity Jones, very well I must add, and her father was one of the main engineers who worked on the Death Star, a weapon designed for one purpose, and that's to destroy all planets across the galaxy. Jyn's father, who's played by Mads Mikkelsen, apparently betrayed the Empire, and so his wife was killed, who was also working under the Empire, and he was taken back to finish his work on the Death Star, while Jyn Erso was taken in by these mercenaries who found her as she was hiding from the Imperial Guards or the Stormtroopers, and they raised her as their own, and she learns to defend herself. Many years later, Jyn Erso is now a prisoner who's being transferred to another prison facility before she is rescued by the Rebel Alliance, one of who is this man played by Diego Luna, and this man is Cassian Andor. Cassian Andor rescued Jyn because she is the daughter of one of the main scientists who worked on the Death Star, and they basically need a friendly face to present to a man named Saul, who's played by Force Whitaker. And Saul is a man who worked alongside Jyn's father, and they need her to talk to him to give her the location or the coordinates of where the plans for the Death Star is, so they can use the plan against the Empire and destroy the Death Star. Along the way, they encounter this pilot who is another defector of the Empire, and they take him in because why not? And they also encounter this old Jedi monk. He's played by Donnie Yen, and Donnie Yen, if you don't know, is from the Ip Man series, which I haven't seen but I really want to, and he's really cool. And he also has his partner alongside him, and his partner seems very irritated by the fact that Donnie Yen's character still believes in the Force. He's like, the Force is with me, I am one with the Force. I mean, that line, he keeps saying it over and over again. I mean, like, dude, chill out, man. Honestly guys, growing up as a hardcore Star Wars fan, I really love the series from the original to the prequels. And honestly, the prequels, they do have their haters, but I say screw the haters. I still love the prequels, but over time I started to become less and less into the Star Wars series. It started to become more apparent with Star Wars The Force Awakens, because as much as I enjoyed that movie, I found it to be very overrated and overhyped as hell. And to be honest, I didn't see what the big hype was about, because there were some characters in that movie that annoyed me a lot. There were also aspects about that movie that felt completely inconsistent as opposed to the prequels. Now with Rogue One, it felt more consistent, and it felt a lot more real and genuine in the threat that is the Empire, because in The Force Awakens, it does take place years after the Star Wars Return of the Jedi, but I found this movie to be more compelling in that it's a lot darker, a lot grittier, and it feels more like a war film rather than a Star Wars film. Very akin to Steven Spielberg's Saving Private Ryan, a movie I very much love. And the war aspect of Rogue One works so well, especially when you have the characters of Jyn and Cassian, and the main antagonist, who is Orson Krennic, who's played by Australian veteran actor Ben Mendelsohn. I really like him as a character, and Donnie Yen is great. But guys, one of my biggest complaints about this movie, Rogue One, I have a few complaints about it, but the biggest one being Forrest Whitaker as Saul. I found him to be so over the top and just so insane. His character feels so out of place, and his performance is beyond over the top. Every one of his lines and his delivery is so over the top. I mean, he says things like, "Jyn, you must go now! Now, Jyn, may the Force be with you!" Watching his glorious performance, I was like, brother, chill out, sit your ass down now. Forrest Whitaker's character is just so out of place, but thankfully he doesn't last long in the movie. Thank God for that. Aside from Forrest Whitaker's very terrible performance, I really like every one of the characters in the film, from Felicity Jones to Diego Luna to Ben Mendelsohn to Donnie Yen and his partner in crime. Also, there's this android, a black android who is like C C-3PO, only he's more of a combat type android or droid, I'm sorry about that. And this android helps out both Jin and Cassian to find the plans of the Death Star, and he's really cool, I like him. And the story is very good. I mean, I found a lot of characters I like and a lot of characters I didn't like. One of those characters obviously being Forrest Whitaker, I really didn't like him, but everyone else in the movie is really good. I like all the characters and their dynamic, especially the chemistry between Diego Luna and Felicity Jones. They're really good. And we get a brief appearance of Darth Vader, who's played once again very well by James Earl Jones. And the one who performs Darth Vader's movements, the actor himself, I really like him too. I mean, he's able to capture that menacing presence of Darth Vader. The one thing I don't like though, which is another complaint I have about Rogue One, it's the fact that this movie has way too many Easter eggs. It's basically the company, Lucasfilms, who are like giving nods to the fans by showing you characters like C-3PO, R2-D2, and there's this one criminal from Star Wars A New Hope, and you have many of those Easter eggs. These Easter eggs really do annoy me. Now for some people it will be very fun and very like humorous, but for me I really didn't like it all that much. And it's quite obvious at this point that I am not a big fan of Star Wars anymore. I used to be. I guess because of how overexposed Star Wars is and the fact that people are overhyping it like never before, it really does annoy me quite a bit. If you guys and gals don't know, I am no fanboy. No, I'm not. I mean, there are some animes, movies, and TV shows I'm a fanboy of. However, I wouldn't be that much of a fanboy if I don't acknowledge their flaws. And Rogue One has so many flaws. Rogue One isn't made for me, but there are parts of this movie I really like. I like the story. I like the characters. They're dynamic. I really hate Forrest Whitaker's character and the Easter eggs, but overall, this is a really good, fun movie. And if you guys want to see Gareth Edwards' Rogue One, I do recommend it. If you're not a Star Wars fan, then I guess this movie is not for you. In the end, Gareth Edwards' Rogue One does a fantastic job of setting up the events that is to happen before Star Wars A New Hope. I really like how the story concluded. It's a lot darker and grittier. It's very dark and gritty, just like Empire Strikes Back, which is my favorite of the series. I really think that Rogue One does have its fans. Now for me, I see the flaws in it, but those flaws aren't enough to make me say it's a bad movie. I do think it's a good movie, just not perfect. And that's my review to Gareth Edwards' Rogue One, A Star Wars Story. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please like, comment, subscribe if you wish, and do check out my gaming channel where I talk about games, do Let's Play series and gaming content, all that kind of good stuff. Until next time, peace out, take care, adios, amigos, au revoir, and sayonara.